Yo guys, Haku here with my predictions for The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 12, and it is going to be called Not Tomorrow Yet, I believe. And I think that's going to play into the part we saw, and before I even start, I'm going to go ahead and get through that. We saw in the one promo that Rick is giving the speech to all the Alexandrians, and I think that that's going to be part of the speech. He's going to be like, I can see a tomorrow where we don't have to live in fear and we can really live in this world, but it's not tomorrow yet. We need to take out people like the Saviors. So that's how I think that's the title's going to come into play there. And, oh yeah, I was right about the last title. That was a pretty easy one with Not Sun Tai. So let's get into breaking down what we know so far. And as always, I will save all comic spoiler guesses until the end, and I'll give you a warning of when to leave if you don't want comic spoilers. So this episode looks like it's going to be a bit of a far stretch from the comics. It looks like we're taking a bit of a turn, and the show is going to do its own thing. And personally, I really like that. I think it allows us to keep up a fast pace. And it looks like we're going to be keeping up a fast pace for the rest of this season, because these last 3 episodes we've gotten were incredibly quickly paced. So, yeah. Also, Nicotero is doing this episode, and the only other 2 episodes he's doing for the, directing, I guess. Yeah, or writing. Something. He's the one that's running this episode, and he did that for No Way Out, which was episode 9, the probably my favorite episode, and he's doing it again for the finale. So if those are the 3 episodes he's doing, I think that there are going to be big events in those 3. And to me personally, I think a big event would fit well in this one. I think it's about time. Rick is so confident, everyone's so confident, that I could personally see a big death coming this episode. Who it's going to be, I have a couple guesses, but we're straying so far from the comics that and we haven't really gotten a ton of hints in the show, so this is all really a lot of guesswork. So starting out with this episode, I think we're going to get that scene where Rick is talking to the Alexandrians in the church. They're going to plan out their attack with that one guy from the hilltop drawing a map. And then they're going to go. They have 3 cars worth of people. I think I remember seeing at least Rick and Carol as part of the group. It's going to be a large group, and they're going to go at the place that they think is the headquarters of the Saviors and Negan. Now, of course, I do not at all think this is going to be the headquarters. I think that this is just going to be some sort of outpost. I think with the amount of people they have and what they've been doing, it makes sense that they have a bunch of outposts that have a couple people living at them, or at least staying there for a short time. So I think this is going to be an outpost, and it's just what they know of where the Saviors came from. And actually, I think this outpost, do you guys remember from the one promo that we got from the mid-season break where it was a bunch of images, and one of them was like a big satellite dish? I think whatever that satellite dish was, the big place, this is going to be where we're going this episode, where they think the headquarters are. And I think that's going to be the outpost. That's going to be where this episode, and maybe even into next episode, is going to be taking place. So the majority of this episode is going to be fighting at that place, I think. And I think there's only about 2 ways that I see it ending. 1, a big death to shake Rick and his group and have them retreat, or even if they win, suffer that one big loss. Or, and I guess as well, they could lose somebody and still win. Or I say they win, they leave one person, or maybe one person escapes, and that person goes to deliver the message to Negan, either delivering it if he was let go by them and spared by them, so he could say, okay, they're after us now. Or if he just escapes, he can say, people are attacking us, we need to do something about this. So either way, if they win, there's probably going to be one guy that lives to go tell Negan what's going down. Now, I'm sorry since this was kind of short, but we only did get like a little bit of promo from AMC, and this is a lot of guesswork because we don't have a lot of clues of what's going to happen with the way things have been moving so fast and how it appears as though they're straying from the comics quite a bit. Well, not a huge amount, but they're straying a little bit here. So, that was it. If you don't want comic spoilers, then you should go, because I got a couple more points that I want to bring up, but they have to do with comic spoilers. So if you don't want that, fair warning, go ahead and go, and like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. I thank you for watching, so let's continue on into the comic spoiler portion. Now, I think that this episode, there's a good chance, I wasn't expecting it this soon, but I wasn't expecting us to get to this point in the comics this soon. So I think that Dwight may actually be returning. Like, maybe he was captured. We had the time skip, so maybe over the time skip he was captured, put in a position of power by Negan, because he had to start working for him again because of, like, the burn. And his loved one is now Negan's wife still. So he's kind of forced to be there working under Negan. And I think he's a talented enough guy that Negan put him in that position. Maybe even put him in the position just to spite the guy, because Negan does screw with the guy a lot in the comics. And I think they're going to carry that over into the show, at least to a certain extent. Now, I think that Dwight may kill somebody here. If we have the big death this episode, or a big death this episode, then I think Dwight's going to kill somebody important. As for who that could be, it could be Daryl, it could be Carol, it could be Morgan, it could be Rosita, or Abraham. It could, like, you could argue for a lot of different things. I'm going to explain why. You've already seen in my one video about Rosita why I think she's going to die, how I think she's going to die by Dwight. So Rosita, obviously, I really believe in. As for Abraham, they could go a similar route to how they went in the comics. I highly doubt they will, but they could. And it raises a lot of flags for me how they've been, or at least how last episode they showed so many Abraham character development scenes. So that kind of makes me wonder what they're doing with them. So that explains those two. Carol, I doubt they'll kill her. I'm not even sure why I said her. I think that she has more important stuff to do here. Same with Morgan. Morgan could be the one to get the death here, to sort of prove like he was against this sort of thing, this sort of attacking people thing, and yet he's the one dying. That could affect Rick. Or a reason I'm saying Daryl is because I really liked the line that Dwight said to Daryl when Daryl asked if he'd killed anyone in episode 6, where he was like, once you kill someone, there ain't no going back. So saying that, I would love that if he was about to kill Daryl or something, and Daryl's like, you know, you said it, like, if you kill someone, there ain't no going back. Now, of course, he wouldn't say all that. I mean, the audience can read between the lines there. We're not stupid. Like, he would be about to kill Daryl. Daryl would be like, there ain't no going back. And then that's when Dwight would kill him. I think that'd be a huge moment, not only because Daryl's dying, but because it all plays together so well. So I do think that Dwight could kill Daryl potentially, and that could be Daryl's line, but I doubt it. I think, man, this is going to sound bad because I hate being one of those people that says, oh, Daryl is AMC's cash cow, they can't kill him. I think they can kill him, and they aren't going to make the story suffer too much for the sake of that character, but I do think if they kill him, they're going to kill him in some huge, extravagant way. Like, he's such a big cash cow character that they're not going to give him just an ordinary death. If they give him a death, they're going to give him a massive one. And the point of having a huge death in this episode would be to really kind of send Rick into confusion and being at a loss, but also to set him in his way, his path against Negan and Dwight. To set him in his anger and hate towards them. So having a big death here I think would be important for that development. It might not come for another episode or two, but I do think we're getting a big death for sure before we get to the finale. And this episode seems like a pretty good place to do it, I think, honestly. So I think that was it, guys. Sorry it was a bit short, like I said. I thank you all for sticking through it. I'm sure I got a bit rambly in there. Like if you guys liked it at all. Comment down there, tell me what you thought, what you think is going to happen. If you have any show spoilers, please keep them to yourselves. The YouTube comments aren't really the place for them, especially here. So, yeah, I don't care if you say something after the episode about what happened in the episode, but don't say before it airs. So, just be nice to your fellow fans, I guess. Subscribe for at least 3 videos a week of The Walking Dead, Tower of God, One Piece, and much, much more, because I will be doing a bunch of other random stuff too. You should be seeing a couple videos like that up within the next few days of me doing other stuff. So I thank you guys so very much for watching. Follow on Twitter for updates in case I need to tell you anything, and I will see you all next time.